Morning all, just starting on your mats, wherever you feel like you need to be, lying down or seated. And we'll just have a few moments just to come into our yogic space, just taking a few deep breaths, lovely deep inhale, and a nice slow exhale. Even if it's out through the mouth and you make a nice noisy sigh, let's just breathe in again. And it's amazing what you notice in your body that relaxes when you do this. Often the shoulders, I feel, are the place where we hold a lot of burdens, a lot of what's going on in our life. And if you ever notice when things can really get on top of you, or things can be a bit of a challenge and a struggle, whether your shoulders do become tight and tense. So as we just sort of find this space to relax into, ground down, root yourself down, and just connect in with this present moment. And if we're feeling safe and secure and comfortable in this present moment, then we can sort of put all worries and other things aside. How are you feeling today? Just ask yourself. Physically, if there's anything going on you need to be gentle with, but also how you're feeling emotionally. Notice over the course of your practice together today whether your feelings change. So gently, if you're lying down, just have a moment to have a nice stretch, taking the arms overhead, then maybe bringing the knees into chest and having a lovely hug and a rock. And if you're already seated, then just gently move, get comfortable in a nice seated position. And then when you're ready, just joining me. We'll do mindfulness of breath this morning. So the 4 stages where we count the out breath 1 to 10, count the in breath 1 to 10, and then we stop counting. And then the last part where we really do, by that time we've tuned into everything that's going on with the breath, the movement in our body, how we're feeling connected in the moment. It usually takes about 5 minutes, but I'll pop the timer on anyway. So let's just rest the hands to Dhyana Mudra. Get comfortable, relax your face, release around your eyes and soften the jaw. And we'll start. So counting out 1 to 10. Don't rush, just enjoy the breath. With every out breath, relaxing even more. And after 10, just switch into counting the in breath. Take your time, nice slow breath. After 10 in-breaths, just release the counting. Be present with your breath. Now just really tuning into everything that's involved in your breath. Movement, the temperature. And just gently taking one more breath. Coming back. Noticing how you're feeling, whether that was a really lovely, peaceful practice for you, whether you probably could have gone on. Do you lose all sense of sort of space and time sometimes when you're in that practice? Just observe. Okay, lovelies, we're going to start with caterpillar. Today I'm going to be a bit more gentle and use something under the knees, just because I feel like I need to work more into the back. So you can join me with this if you want to. I'm going to roll up a little blanket and pop it under the knees today. Still with the legs extended, but it just gives you that little bit of more of a access into your back today. So when you're ready, just relaxing. It always takes a minute or so just to feel into the pose. Notice where the sensations are more prominent. And just starting to relax the legs. You might find that they roll outwards. And then when you can relax through the legs, just drawing awareness to the upper body, arms and shoulders. And enjoy still taking that breath deeply into the belly. And then when you've created some space in your body, just see if you can soften into the pose more. Noticing where you feel a bit tight today. How does your breath feel? What's the quality of your breath? And if you do find some room to move into further into the pose, make sure you just relax everything again. We can often tighten up. So this is a lovely one for your bladder meridian. Notice how this pose feels emotionally for you, this forward fold. And then gently we'll just take one more breath. Really slowly lifting up. Noticing what you feel as you release into the back. How it feels through the backs of your legs as well. So we'll come down. Nice and slowly. Really feeling into what's going on through the back of your body. Rolling down gently. Finding Shavasana. Take a moment if you need to rock your pelvis and just find neutral spine. How long does it take to really relax? Perhaps you can feel some muscles in your lower back still kind of tense, protecting that area while we find that space to be safe here. Can you feel any temperature difference in the belly where chi might move? Keep relaxing, keep trying to let go. Some deep, nourishing belly breaths will feel good around the body. So gently bring in your right knee in and then your left knee. Take a moment here, just feel whatever's going on in the lower back. Rolling into a few little circles, massage. And then when you're ready, let's roll up. We're going to counterpose caterpillar with seal. So come onto belly. And then maybe using a cushion or just a little rolled up towel, a blanket, whatever you usually come into with this. I always just like something underneath sort of the ribs, just as a little support. And then coming into this lower back bend. If you've got a block, you can rest your forehead. Taking your elbows out a little bit further if you just need to soften into this to start with. Deep breath, and then a nice long sigh. Relaxing lower back, all the muscles there, buttocks and thighs. So the lovely thing about yin is there aren't as many poses as hatha and other styles of yoga. So we repeat them often. So when you come into these poses, every time they're likely to feel slightly different. You'll feel different, emotionally different. How does it feel today for you? Are both your legs relaxed? And enjoy some lovely deep low breaths into the belly. You can feel your lower back open up as you breathe. Keep trying to relax even the tiniest of muscle activation. You might want to alter where your elbows are, if you can come a little higher, if the pose seems easier now. It's always interesting to consider the poses where you find it very difficult to relax. Which parts of your body are always the areas that recurringly sort of tense up? Is it the hips? Is it the back? Are the shoulders always the place that you have to keep going back to? Just inquire. So we'll just take another breath here. And then gently moving whatever props you've used. Push yourself back, maybe into a child's pose initially if you want to, and then coming back onto your mat. Take it slowly. We're not in any rush through these poses. So just move in whatever way you need to. If the poses have been quite intense on your body. And then finding your way onto your back. Yin is all about being very nurturing and gentle with yourself. So, if we take a little bit longer to move through our poses, it's perfectly fine. And relax. And now what do you feel? How different from caterpillar? Where does it feel perhaps a bit more spacious? Something's freed up. And again, just tune in to any chi movement around your body. Some poses you'll feel more than others. Gentle awareness on temperature, tingling. All signs of just that lovely balance and even distribution of energy flow. So let's hug in. Take it slowly, one leg at a time. Be very aware of your lower back. And then we'll roll up. A dragonfly next. So we've come forward with caterpillar. And we're going to come forward gently with dragonfly, but extending the legs. If you need cushioning under your knees, just pop something there. Sometimes it's nice just to have like a little blanket. As I've got it here, I will just rest the edge of the buttocks there. Nice, as a kind of effect of a gentle tilt of the pelvis. Okay, and then just coming into this gentle forward fold with a lovely stretch through the inner legs. Take your time here. I often find it takes 5 minutes for everything really to relax and soften. Deep belly breaths. Just noticing where you are on your threshold of your practice today, whether you're on the kind of the softer, gentle end of going into your poses, or whether you're actually enjoying the challenge and this deep stretch today. So we're always somewhere on that threshold. Today I'm on the softer end. So can we be aware of our mind, our body, our breath, thoughts all at once? Relax the knees if they tense up. Soften the ankles. Gently relaxing into the upper back and your shoulders.
Is your face relaxed? Or can you loosen the jaw and forehead? Just notice whether your breath has gone more to your chest, or whether you can still be aware of the belly breathing. You can just check in with whether you can move slightly more into your pose as we kind of draw towards the end. Let's take one more conscious breath. And it's always noticed to see kind of how far you've come into that pose. It always takes a little while to sort of melt. Let's come up, lying back. And even as you kind of maneuver on your mat, just take it slowly. Be aware of everything, even as you roll down. So many people in life aren't body conscious. Things get ignored. We have excuses for why this hurts, that aches. So this time on our mat to ourselves is so precious to really communicate with our body and our mind. So lie here for a few moments, just relaxing, but follow your thoughts. Be the witness of everything that internal dialogue that rolls around in our head. Sometimes you might amuse yourself with the way that you're thinking when you become conscious of it. So we'll bring our knees in just for a little hug, but we're going to come into banana. So we've had forward fold, backward fold, stretching through the legs, but coming into a side bend now. But just have a little rock, massage your back in case that's just a bit tender. Okay. So let's begin. Feet over to the lower right corner. Bring your right foot over your left. Just cross your ankles and then release through the buttocks and just shift the shoulders and upper body to top right. So everything's gone to the right. If you want to deepen this stretch, you can swap your feet over. So if you bring your left foot over your right foot, you'll immediately feel a deeper stretch. So there's always that option. I always like to start with the way that I described it first. So your right foot over your left. And then just explore with your arms if you want them overhead. This encourages a lovely stretch into the left side, our Ida feminine. Try and relax your buttocks and your lower back. And then obviously you've got cactus arms, if that's one that you always prefer. Really lovely stretch through the arms and upper chest. Or arms by your side. Wherever you are, just try and release any tension that you're holding. You let the eyes closed. And in this pose, we can start to appreciate all of our feminine attributes. The side of us that's nurturing and gentle. Our cool, calm side. Creative side. Sees all aspects of things. Breathing to belly and just enjoying how the breath moves through your body. Just check in with your waist whether you start to become sort of tight one side and tilt. Just try and relax. Let your whole back relax. If you find that you're in some way lifting, how does this pose feel for you today? We can sometimes be slightly out of balance with our masculine and feminine energies. So when we come into the other side, just remembering which side maybe just needed more attention today. So we'll take one more breath. Gently lifting your head, bringing your shoulders back to centre, bringing legs back to centre, neutral spine. And then how does that feel? Where's the chi flowing? Relax. If you need to rock your pelvis or wag your tail, just have a few gentle movements here. Can you feel chi on the inside of your thighs? And maybe that there'll be a very faint feeling across your belly where the meridians flow. So just gently, let's hug the knees in for a moment before we come into the other side. Just release out from that feeling. And you might need to just massage your back a little. Draw your head up if you want to. And then we'll come to the other side. So everything moves to the left. Feet left and then left foot over right. Again, as I said before, if you want to swap the feet, it does make it a stronger pose. And then just gently bringing upper body over to the left. If you moved your arms the first time, maybe that's quite a nice thing just to balance yourself out here. Arms overhead or cactus. Notice if you're holding tension with the tilt of the pelvis. See if you can relax here in the sides of your waist. So this side we can appreciate our masculine aspects of ourselves, the sides of us that are decisive, motivated and action taking, linked with heat, direction, assertiveness. The analytical mind, and perhaps where we see things more in black and white. Problem solving. So just appreciating all these aspects of ourselves. Keep just checking in with if you're relaxed enough around the buttocks and waist. And if you feel like you want to loosen your pose or come into it more, then you can. So because this is very linked with our gallbladder channel, and that is also linked with our decision making and being courageous in life. So if we're feeling a bit indecisive, this is a good one to come into. Keep noticing whether you're hitching up your left hip and whether there's tension creeping in here. Just relax. Notice where your breath is, whether it's naturally deep. And then we'll just take one more breath. And ever so slowly, only moving those few inches top and bottom, but finding yourself back into neutral spine. Again, just have a little wriggle and shuffle the body until you find a stillness. Where do your thoughts immediately go? Do you scan physically through the self? Just check in with any chi movement, especially on the inner thighs. Can you relax your lower back? And so gently drawing the right leg in, then the left. Take a moment here. Enjoy a lovely slow sway. And massage in circles, just really feeling into the lower back. And so finally we're going to come into bench, a lovely soft relaxing pose to end with. So roll up, grab your pillow and then popping it behind us. Choosing where you want it, but just taking it a little bit further away from the body so that we curve less into the lumbar and it's more thoracic. If you've got a blanket, you might want it for behind your head. Just check in with how it feels first, and then rolling back. Let your arms just hang out to the sides and relax. Notice how you feel emotionally as you allow this lovely soft pillow to support you in the upper part of our body, which is linked with our emotions. Check in how you feel in your heart center, especially in this heart opening pose, and how this affects gently your throat energy. Do you notice when you're in this pose that you communicate a little bit kinder to yourself, your inner dialogue, and how you speak to yourself? Follow your breath. Try and stay with the in and the outflow. Maybe you can imagine a lovely beach scene where the wave comes up the beach and then flows out, and follow your breath with that image. If you can, bring that lovely water's edge image to mind, following your inhale. All the little foamy edge to the wave and the water. And as you exhale, it retreats down the beach. You see the pebbles move, the sand shifts. It's lovely to bring some calm imagery to your breath, very meditative. So notice whether you're comfortable in this moment, What predominant feeling, if it's calm and peaceful or impatience? Are you more yin or yang at the moment? Can you stay here for a long time? Or are you ready to move on to the next thing? You can gaze towards your third eye and just open into your intuition. What repetitive thoughts do you get? What signs recur for you? So we'll take one more breath here. Gently lifting the head up, just pulling away your cushion. Come back down. Just have a few moments in Shavasana. Just feel the after effects of that lovely pose. Notice your emotional energy as well. Does it shift when you take that cushion away? How does the heart space and throat feel? You might feel just slightly unsupported. Well, just again, just being aware of how it shifts when you move our props. Okay, let's come into relaxation now. So if you want to draw the knees in and just have a moment to roll on the back, you can do. Remain lying down, pull over a blanket, or seated, whatever you want to do. So for relaxation today, it's so very rare that we get some space to ourselves where we're not influenced by something that we're seeing, hearing, reading, doing things. So I'm just going to give you this sort of just under 10 minutes to be at one with yourself and just to follow your thoughts. See how long you can stay with the thought that you're in, being curious as to why even you're thinking this thought and all the tangents and movements it makes, and then whether you even come back full circle to the original thought. Sit with it. Allow your mind to just wander, being either amused by it or annoyed by it, just being with it. And just see if there are any glimpses of sort of that space every now and then where you drift off and there's sort of an unconscious feeling. So let's just take some quiet time now and observe ourselves, our mind, our whole being.
So I just, on purpose, have given you this time with me not talking, for you to just have some space for yourself, permission to do it, to meditate, to be with yourself. Because even when we can find 5 or 10 minutes in a day, we often don't allow ourselves this time. We'll find something else to do. Almost avoidance of sitting with ourselves. Notice whether you want to sit longer or whether you're quite ready to come back. Were you present most of the time with your thoughts, or did they sort of take off and then you caught them back at another point? And above all, just noticing if you're feeling really calm and blissful. And we can take this energy into the rest of our day. So just gently now begin to perhaps just take a deep breath and a sigh. And then you can begin to wiggle fingers and toes. You may notice the time you have is different whether you're seated or lying down. You might remain more alert when you're seated in a meditative pose. Lying down can induce a deeper sleep-like feeling. So just gently moving. And if you're lying down, just beginning to prepare yourself for rolling up to seated. Take your time, there's no rush, have a stretch. If you're seated, enjoy having a little wriggle and a stretch. Feel into your physical body again. And coming back into our day, feeling nourished, replenished, more connected. So just coming to seated. And then we'll draw our hands to our heart. That union, the hands are that union of many things, mind and body. Okay, disillusion of the separation of life. So, Om Shanti, Namaste.